Can you tell me a little bit of the difference on those
and,
roads, or if you know?
Yeah, so it's far more likely, I think, that I would look at 89 way before I would look at 20. Because 89, if you look here, there are dirt roads that connect the campground right to 89. And, if you go south on 89, you're hitting I-80, which is like one of the most major, freeways in the country. There's going to be way more attention there. If you go north on 89, you are in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
I mean, the other thing to consider is you can see it on your Google Maps there. There's just so many dirt roads. I mean, there are miles and miles of dirt roads in this area. And so even with aircraft searching, I mean, you'd have to really, look pretty far. And these aren't dirt roads that are so crazy that you wouldn't be able to get a CRV up and down them. Some of them are rough, but a lot of them you'd be able to travel pretty far just on dirt. So the thing is, though, if you had cars driving around the outside of those, you'd see tracks. I mean, it basically is like a sandy sort of mud that's really easy to get stuck in.
Okay.
And I imagine, that they're going to pull out the sonar and all that kind of stuff to look for these cars or to look for anything in these lakes.
I don't know. I mean, typically those kind of parties in the woods, it's not something you're like worried about, like, I don't know, being abducted or kidnapped or
it
like
was
some
a super
weird
normal
stuff.
thing.
Right. Okay.
No, I would say it's like it was sort of like growing up there. We wouldn't really have house parties. We would everyone would go to some spots that everyone knew about. You'd have a bonfire and people would show up. Now, I will say what is sort of unusual is there's all this stuff, and I don't know how verified it is, but people saying that there are people from way out of town. That is weird. I mean, when I was growing up there, like, you would recognize every single person at the party, like, always. I mean, and if you didn't, it would be sort of like weird. And, maybe this was a more organized thing where some local high schools from like surrounding communities were involved or whatever. But, I'm going to sound old now, but like when there wasn't Snapchat when I was doing this, you know what I mean? So it is pretty creepy that anyone could go to like SnapMap and just see, oh, there's a bunch of kids in the woods.
Right.
We didn't have that, So who knows, man? But no, it's totally a normal thing. And I would say it's super, like, honestly safe. Like, people are looking out for each other. Do teens do like dumb stuff when they're drunk? Absolutely. But even when that would happen, like, people are taking care of each other. And so, yeah, it's not like some sketch party scene. It's a very normal, like, rural mountain town thing.
Okay.